not there. What is going on? Okay, all right. How's it going, everybody? I think I have 2 cameras that aren't working. That's fantastic. Doesn't matter, though. How's everybody doing this fine morning? Good to see you. This fine June 22nd morn. Joe Swick, good to see you. Joe chiming in, first guy to arrive. Hoos, morning Hoos. Got a cup. Nice. Flint, good to see you. Hey, morning Wayne. Roger. Shambot, good to see you. Matt, good to see you. Flint, did I miss Flint? I missed Flint. I skipped Flint. Did I not skip Flint? Blake, good to see you. Tad, morning. Some early West Coasters. Laramie, good to see you. Appreciate the sound check. Thanks, Blake. Laramie. William, morning. Good to see everybody. It's free RPG day. Hey, Tim. Tim Enthusiastic. Free RPG day. Just remember when you go to the game store, you cheap bastards, make sure you buy something. Even if it's a set of dice. And if you're really ambitious, like Mr. Peacock, you'd be running some games. But hey. Do I have an echo? Interesting. Anyways, running games in a row. Dragonbane and DCC. Booyah, back to back. Somebody is it my headset? I don't have this open somewhere, do I? Oh, I do. Look at that. I have 2 browsers open. Ha! I thought there was an echo. Strange. Strange. Okay, that's much better. I was like, God, I hear myself somewhere. It's in my mind. It's on my end. All right. It's not my end. It must be your end. Let's get this thing started, shall we? Question of the day comes from Blake Ryan, who was nice enough to give me like 3 of them that I thought were pretty creative. Thanks, Blake. Thanks, buddy. Here again, morning. Good to see you. Fair enough. That's all I can ask for. Not a, this stream mixed bag with visuals. So sometimes I've always contemplated whether I could turn this into an audio only, but I don't know. I don't think I can. I don't think it would flow very well, audio only necessarily. So I get the dog and the coffee, the better half. All right, question of the day. If you had your own RPG bumper sticker, what would it say? If you created your own RPG related bumper sticker, what would it say? we could have a few on here per person, per submission. What would your RPG bumper sticker be? Thanks, Blake, for this question of the day, brought to you by Blake Ryan. Go check out Blake's stuff on Drive-Thru RPG. The Ferryman. What is it? Don't kill the ferryman. Don't pay the ferryman. Amongst other things that Blake has out there. Is it under Blake Ryan or is it under Blake Ryan's company? Let me know. Sean's looking for merch ideas. Something like that. Hey, RPG Exile, good to see you. Welcome. Question of the day. Scrolling across. Right here. Don't pay the ferryman 2E. Bigger, badder, better. Badder as in good, better. Not badder as in worse. Right? Ryan West says, you rolled a 1 to activate your turn signal. Tim Jensen says, my other car is a train dragon. Oh, Roger says, I break for Fate games. You know, if you're an RPG, you know it, right? When you see it, when you know, you know. Roll plus weird. There are monsters here. Wayne, be a positive force to the TTRPG hobby. Only works on a Lincoln Continental bumper, though. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's all right. Get those long ones, long bumper stickers out. The Traveler is my co-pilot. Caution, driver prone to critical fumbles by Flint. Mr. White, good to see you. Honk if you failed your save. I think we got a winner on this one, Blake. Ryan West, my trunk is full of kobolds. Mine would be something like I only go where my dungeon master tells me. Failed your perception check. Now back off. Jeff, morning, buddy. Good to see you. Be seeing Jeff tomorrow morning, bright and early. Wayne Peacock, woke grognard. Look at that. Look at that combo. Question of the day. What does your RPG bumper sticker say? If you made up your own bumper sticker. RPG related. Some good ones. Roger French says tailgating does not provide a +2 bonus. Ryan says, I'm on a quest for the perfect donut. Cross marketing. Ryan, do you own a donut shop? I do. Awesome. What else is there? There's more out there, you creative people. What else? My overlay is a little messed up, I think. Here we go. I don't know what that's all about. I wish I owned a donut shop or ice cream shop. You should have a donut and ice cream shop. I mean, come on. Then you can cater to all three preferences. Ask me about my rogue's backstory. Let's see what else. I think it's House Orion in Eberron that's in charge of the transportation, if not mistaken. Got my license through House Orion. My TIE Fighter is in the shop. We will allow it, though it's getting too Star Warsy. Star Wars is an RPG, but someone who works in a chocolate factory, if you're around that stuff all the time, you eventually can't stand it anymore. I think I can nail down where Tim works now. I'd rather be in Eberron. I'd rather be in insert campaign setting here. We're kind of looking for a bumper sticker that only role-playing gamers would understand. Ideally. Like anybody else, right over their head. My car is a +5 Holy Avenger. Save or die. That's a good one. I like it. Short and to the point. Save or die. Crying is a free action. Look at that. This car gets 2d4 plus 3d8 miles per gallon. That's a good one. I like it. Ravenloft staff parking permit. There we go. All right, you guys are coming up with some good ones. Laramie says, I did see a cab one time with 3 fuzzy dice from the rear view. I would not get in the cab where the driver is getting his next character ready. Or would you? I don't know. It might be the cab you want. Here, let me write that down for you. You drive, I'll write it down. Some deity would probably be a good one, like cut birth. You know? My driving is overseen by the powers of cut birth. Backstab or just tailgating? Oh. Immune to sneak attacks. There you go. Immune to sneak attacks. Immune to sneak attacks while driving. Caution, dexterity -4. Driving skill 0. Magic automobile of bashing. Bumper. This is my bumper +1. Bumper. Just put bumper +1. Bumper of protection. I want a cab like Cash Cab, but where you play an adventure on the way to the airport. I think you got something there, Flint. I fail perception checks. Road rules are my dump stat. Road rules lawyer. My other vehicle is an apparatus of Qualish. Takes a little bit to come up with something, but they're all witty. What else? Some good ones. I need to write all those down and then put them on bumper stickers. Voila. And then give you no royalties. You're welcome. That's the purpose of all this. Games I run, the bumper stickers I make, the t-shirts I put out. It's all to get ideas from you guys for free. And then I just go and put them on stuff and then I make $1 million. There you go. Don't say I was never upfront with you. Makes frequent stops at the Dragon's Lair. I can't follow this map. Where are the hexes? It's a good one. Like it. There you go. See? Roger. I mean, hey. A booth that sells those would fit right in at Gen Con. Yeah. Well, and you could put, like, some of these bumper stickers you could put right on a notebook, right? I used to have a tote. And I had some bumper stickers I got. I can't remember where I'm sure I got them from the local game store. They would, I don't know if they got them somehow or whatever, but I think I got them from there or something. And I put them on the tote. I'm sure that tote's around here somewhere filled with something other than role-playing games. But it would be the tote I'd put all the miniatures and all the books in. Like, that's where I'd, like, play face-to-face and come in with this big, huge, I don't know how many gallon tote it is. 20 gallon? 20 gallon seems a lot. Could be. +1 bumper sticker protection. I cast back off. Yeah. Good ones, I'm telling you. There is an underserved market for role-playing game bumper stickers. Come on. We've seen some of the ones that are out there. Roll for directions. Whoops. Roll for directions. Hey, Bill. Good to see you. Welcome. Sean has a high monetize others' ideas skill. Yes. I don't execute as well as I should, though. Probably due to guilt. Scruples. I don't know. I have to play it. I have to tread lightly because if it's too obvious, then you guys won't show up. And then there goes my idea tank. Oh, jeez. Bring back gaming NBS. My driving causes D8 sanity loss. That's a good one. I like that. I like that, Blake. They call that a developer. Indeed. All right, some good ones. Thank you for participating. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. It's good ones. I like them. Thanks, Blake, for the idea. I needed some creativity. Mine was getting pretty stale, so I appreciate some of the suggestions. If you want to suggest a question of the day, hit me up on Discord. And if we're not connected, I'm on the Beaslandia Discord server. So, all right, let's start off with some stuff, huh? Finally got the sound to work on that one, too. All right. Firing on all cylinders today, ladies and gentlemen. So it's free RPG a day. It's free RPG Day 2024, Saturday, June 22nd, where gamers that have no reason to go to a game store decide to go to the game store and pillage it for free stuff. But do you know what's there? Do you have your little checklist of what you want? Because some game stores, man, they play this thing all over the place. There's some game stores. There was a game store here. I've mentioned this before. There's a game store here in Madison that put the stuff in like paper bags. So when you bought something, they gave you a random paper bag, and whatever was in it was what you got. There's ones that allow you to pick off like one from this shelf and one from this shelf. And there would be, 4 shelves, something along those lines. All over the place. But, I mean, if you're going for something that, you could use, you should know what is being offered. And keep in mind, for some of you that might not know this, friendly local game stores pay for these kits, right? So RPG Day people, the organization, whoever puts it together, like they go out to all the publishers and say, hey, what do you want to submit? We'll send it to us, and we're going to pack it up in all these kits and get it out to the friendly local game stores. But the game stores have to pay for these kits. So when they run out, they may not have bought a lot of the kits. I don't know the formats of the kits. I don't know if they're I just want this kit with these products, but regardless, it does cost them money. So it might be quote unquote free for you, but not free for the game store. And the purpose is to get you in the store to buy something. So, all right. I don't know if I'm going to have, there is a list of stuff here. I'll blow it up a little bit. See if I can blow her up a little bit. Let's see. So, there is a website. Well, so this is on Ian World's got this. I'll put this in the chat, and you guys can look at it closer if you need to. There's free third-party 5th edition booklets, and I think, and they have those broken out. So that's all like, hey, 5th edition fans, here you go. So there are things from Oh, some Kickstarters, I think. I wish they would say like the publisher. Do they say the publisher? I don't know. Some of them do, some of them don't. So Mayhem at the Truffle Festival and Obojima Adventure. There it is, from 1985 games. There you go. I just got to read further. Helenia's Guide to Monster Hunting, the Shining Shrine from Loot Tavern. So these are all 5e. These are the ones that for 5e. Humblewood, Shock and Storm Crag from Hit Point Press. 6th level character. Humblewood campaign setting 5e. So some of these, it sounds like they're related to some of the Kickstarters that have been out there and successfully put out. And they got some stats listed here. Shards of Spellforge from Kobold Press. Use with 5th edition and Tales of the Valiant for 1st level characters. One Shot Wonders from Roll and Play Press. Provides 2 1st and 2nd level, 1 3rd and 4th level, and 1 5th and 6th level encounter settings. Fate Forge, Epic Tales in the World. There's a lot here, man. Like, this is just 5e stuff. Fate Forge, Epic Tales in the World of Yana by Studio Gate. Fate Forge Tetralogy. Not a Drop to Drink from Loki Battle Mats, showcasing an adventure and battle map from their upcoming calendar of many adventures 2025. Sync Treasures of Deep Grotto from Crimson Herald Games. Samurai Rusk and Hit Point Press, an introduction to Sync, 5e campaign setting. It was on a Kickstarter. Nord Games, contribution for free RPG. Wandering Monsters deck, Dungeon 5e. Treasure Trove deck. I mean, decks are pretty cool. Deck of cards. I don't know if they give you the whole deck. There'd be a game store that would be, they would be given the deck and then they would put out, like they would give you one card. You know there is. Pathfinder, Starfinder, DCC, and other D20-based booklets. So Paizo offers 2 books to choose from. Pathfinder, The Great Toy Heist from Paizo, uses the Pathfinder 2nd edition. And then for fans interested in a look at Paizo's Starfinder 2nd edition playtest, the Starfinder 2nd edition Contact offers a dozen creatures compatible with the playtest as well as Pathfinder 2nd edition. There is a G.I. Joe, Transformers, Power Rangers, My Little Pony Unnatural Disaster from Renegades Game Studios using the Essence 20 system. Goodman Games is offering a 1st level DCC adventure, Dungeon Crawl Classics Across the Veil of Time. Those are always popular. DCC. Goodman Games many times puts out like they literally create the product for RPG Day, which is kind of cool. And it's usually only offered from there. Although I will say sometimes some will offer them online if you buy something. Noble Knight typically will get copies of these kits, and then they will also, if you make a purchase on Noble Knight's website, you can opt to put one of these in your cart, but you can't go to Noble Knight and just like load it up with the free RPG stuff a day. RPG Day. Let's see. I did not know this. Dungeon Crawl Classics actually has their own free RPG Day, which is DCC Day, which is on July 20th. Mark your calendars. That'll include DCC, X Crawl Classics, Blind Visionary from Goodman Games, Blind Visionary Publications, Dragon Peak Publishing, and Orbital Intelligence. So there you go. From Free League, heyo. Dragonbane The Sinking Tower. It's a tournament-style adventure and quick start, giving up to 7 players an introduction to Dragonbane. Drakkar Och Duminar includes 7 pre-gens. Among them is a mallard. A highlight of the setting. Well, I guess it is. I think that's the one, right? Hollow's Quick Start: The Sins of Grisham Priory from Rowan Rook and Descartes, an upcoming project from the individuals behind Spire, Heart, Die, and Eat the Reich. And then the Hollow's core rulebook is currently being crowdfunded, just so you guys know, from those folks. Rojo, a Kurosawa-inspired bloodshed from Need Games, is the game for TTRPG art punk layout fanatics. So the fans that love the look of Johan Nor's work on Merkborg, Cyborg, Brian Colin Ross Bandits layouts on Vast Grim, Marie Enger's Casket Land and Death to the Wizard Kings, DIY Vat Spawn Kit, So if you like all those, then you will have an appreciation for, is it Rojo or Rojo? A Kurosawa-inspired bloodshed. Then some free non-D20-centric TTRPG booklets. Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. You can try out the game using the X-Men free expansion preview for Marvel. You'll get a look at the X-Force section of the full source book, including their history, some characters, and adventure ideas. Based on the highest grossing tabletop RPG Kickstarter of all time, over 81,000 backers who pledged $9.5 million, Magpie Games, that's right, if you guessed Avatar Legends, you would be correct. Provides an adventure to draw players to the gaming table for Avatar Legends, Rebels, and Refugees. Let's see, get that from Magpie. Artalsorian Games, folks behind Cyberpunk Red and Cyberpunk 2020. Provides a preview quick start for their upcoming project Shadowscar. Influenced by the anime and Asia in general, the game is set in fantasy 1920s-esque Asia, full of powers, animals, spirits, combat, and neon. Renegade Game Studios, another offering, falls under Werewolf the Apocalypse, Red Tundra, using the Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition engine. Studio Agate has another offering, so they were up above. Their second offering, Shadows of Esterin, A Journey in the Shadows, number 1, or 1-1. Solid adventure introducing the guiding concepts of Esterin. This is a world that's darker than merely fighting monsters. Some of these products and settings and things you might have heard of because they've been crowdfunded. We might have talked about it on the stream here. The TTRPG won multiple Emmy Awards over the years. Shadows of Esterin is what they're referring to. So there you go. Cool Mini or Not, or Simon, or Kaman. Provides an adventure for the Plague Bearer dark fantasy role-playing. Death Out of the Stars puts your characters into a world of zombies. Your only hope? Fleeing to an island with its own curse. Oh, that's cool. The manual includes a QR code to get the Plague Bearer Quick Start rules for free. Arzium role-playing game introduces the world of Arzium to tabletop role-playing game based on the setting of board games Above and Below and Near and Far. Red Raven Games brings an original system that feels part TTRPG and part board game. Check that out. Steamforge Games brings RuneScape Kingdoms, the role-playing game, with a quick start guide. And then Polymorph. Anybody Polymorph system fans? I've not played a Polymorph game. Should be on my list for this year. Used for Mazes, which is now currently being crowdfunded. I think it's the last few days of one of theirs. Your character's abilities are tied to a single die. With each action, you roll one die against the static chart. So for free RPG Day, 9th level games provides a 30-minute adventure that is easy to run for Mazes or Return to Dark Tower. So Mazes and Return to Dark Tower uses the Polymorph system. Let's see. Level 1, the Free RPG Day Indie Anthology, Volume 5. It's also from 9th Level Games. Provides a diverse selection of short indie TTRPGs. Product appeals to indie gamers looking for new and different ways to play. I don't know if that's a zine necessarily or what that is specifically, but Wet Ink Games' Free RPG offers a quick start for their anthropomorphic raccoon TTRPG Garbage and Glory using their Plus ONE system. Unlike many of the products in this kit, this next one is not a booklet. It's a deck of cards. These cards are square and designed to inspire story ideas. The Story Engine deck. That would be cool. I would like that. The Story Engine deck is a set of system-neutral cards that, when randomly pulled and connected, can inspire ideas for NPCs, encounters, and plot hooks to save on GM prep time. And then there's some accessories. There's a dice bag, dice tray, from BCW. It says dice trays from BCW. There is Free RPG Day 2024 Rococo Red Iconic D20 from Dispelled Dice. So a D20 die. The Legend of Drizzt dice set from Serious Dice. Full set of standard polyhedrals. It's got to be like, what, $20? But really, they had me at Drizzt. Lucky Duck Games is offering pencils that double as D6s. So I imagine, like, it's probably a hex pencil. You just roll it on your table, I'm guessing. WizKids offers 3 different D&D Icons of the Realms miniatures. If you're fortunate, you may be able to get a Topaz Dragon Wormling, an Amethyst Dragon Wormling, or a Strahd miniature. Foam Brain Games has a zombie pin that's a miniature that they dubbed a Pinature. Ah, cute. Comes with an amusing game store encounter with written on a card. The package is dubbed the Lost Tome of Monsters Free RPG Day Edition. Last but not least is a complimentary Roll20 subscription plus exclusive playable content postcard. If you want to try out Roll20, this is a good option to sign on. I don't know how long that's... It's got to be like a month, right? They're not going to give you a whole year. What else? I think that's it. What are you guys excited? Did I miss anything? You guys were talking. Michael, good to see you. Hobbsy, good to see you. I see you snuck in there. Holy cow. Let me get back up here. Tim Jensen still on the question of the day. If you can read this, you're in fireball range. Laramie says, when I worked at the comic shop, we'd stamp the comics for free comic day. There's a place on the cover for that, and we'd use it since we had a stamp with our shop address, phone number, etc. I know. What am I wearing? It was Shabs and Friends. I just took off the S. Whoops. Took off the S. Shabs. Pants are negotiable. I'm wearing shorts. I look like a Raiders fan. I got silver shorts and a black shirt. What can I say? There you go. The more you know. The more you know. That's Free RPG Day today, Mr. Hobbs, as people have informed you. Hey, Jim, good to see you. No problem. Working outside. Jim would rather sweat and perspire and move dirt outside than deal with this. Harrigan, you logged in and logged out on a different account, just so you know. In case you haven't. Yeah, there you go. I'm Polymorph Other System fan. Morning, Michael. Good to see you. Flint says, I have the story engine deck. Very cool. Very nice. Testimonial. Another one. 2 thumbs up for story engine and the world engine cards. Some of these things the shop will keep as prizes for tournaments. Oh. I wish they wouldn't do that, but you know, that's their money. It's their money. It's their prerogative, I guess. Shambot says, looking forward to the sinking tower for Dragonbane. LA Kings fan. Yeah, well, you know, whatever. I've got obligations. All right. Well, sweet. That was the only thing we've gone over so far. So let's keep her rolling, keep her moving. My buddy Charlie Barron says. He's not my buddy. Boom, 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 boom. Modifius to publish Ubisoft Heroes of Might and Magic tabletop RPG. Another video game. Hey, fantasy video game, cool video game, tabletop role-playing game. This was announced 12 June 2024. Award-winning, wow, that is really small. I can barely read it, and I'm sitting right here. Award-winning publisher of tabletop games, Modifius, has today announced a licensing agreement with Ubisoft to bring the epic storyline of the cult video game franchise Heroes of Might and Magic to the tabletop. Whew, I never played Might and Magic. So old. So there you go. Jim says, I love Heroes of Might and Magic 2 and 3, but seems like a weird choice for a TTRPG adaptation. Might and Magic was the RPG series. Heroes is a strategy game. Oh, interesting. See, the more you know. The more you know. I thought this was interesting. Wanted to bring this up to people's attention. Seeking fledgling podcasts with brave stories. This is on Rascal. Now, I think this might be Rascal that's doing this. I don't know. I haven't read. I've read just a brief snippet of it. They're looking for podcasts. No, I will not be submitting. The Heart is a Dungeon podcast. Wants to pass you the mic. The Heart is a Dungeon. So the very first Lone Heart Award is open for submissions as of June 18th, 2024, and will be open until July 1st, 2024. The Heart is a Dungeon podcast is calling for submissions from first-year podcasts for a new project we hope to do a few times a year. The Lone Heart Award will be used to give recognition and tangible aid to podcasts we feel are pushing the boundaries of storytelling within the TTRPG space. I have an idea for this. I could have done it. I could maybe still do it. I don't know. I don't know. This award will have nothing to do with how perfect your sound quality may be or how studded with stars your cast is, which is good. We are solely judging off uniqueness of idea, of setting, and of narrative voice. Although I will say it's got to be, like, sound quality got to be a little bit okay. Like, it can't be atrocious and still, like, hit the other checks, right? It's got to be listenable. Let's not downplay the quality completely. It takes very little to put out a decent quality sounding show, in my humble opinion. Yet so many fall maybe just a tad short. So rules are simple. Submit your show using the form below. We'll look through all of them, choose 12, and listen to an episode of your choice. The winner will be announced September 1st, 2024, and they will be able to choose any mic for under $200, and we will ship it to them for free. It's pretty good. So a $200 mic. Be able to choose any mic. Get a good one. Don't spend that $200 on something that's $200 but not that great. Like, stay away from the Blue Yeti. Just saying. Yeah. We hope to reach a place where we do this 3 to 4 times a year. Once a quarter, maybe. Shifting the prize between different types of gear, external hard drives, office chairs, putting the tools for dream crafting in the hands of those with a will to craft. Send in your story. I promise you there are artists on this end who want to cry with you, want to believe with you, and want to pass you the mic so we can simply listen. There you go. So, if you're a creative in that space, go for it. Coffee consumed. Got to go do things. Have fun. West March in a bit. See ya, Jim. Have fun working. All right. Print news. Well, I did not put this under the wrong. I put this under the wrong thing, but we'll go over it anyway. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is pretty unfortunate and probably not a complete shock. So if you want some drama, here you go. Is Evil Genius Games doubling down on NFTs and blockchain? So Morris put this out on EN World's website, and if you haven't been keeping up, Evil Genius Games had a mass exodus of people that left the company. The person in charge of the game company kind of, it's a little different, creative differences. Very diplomatic about it all. Other people were also equally kind of diplomatic, I believe. It wasn't trash fest. There was a difference in philosophy, if you will. But as things move on, so here it is. Earlier this year, it was revealed that Evil Genius Games, publisher of the D20 Modern inspired Everyday Heroes, amongst other things, was considering use of certain controversial Web3 technologies, such as non-fungible tokens, also known as NFTs, and blockchains. In response to that, back then, they published a manifesto on February 6, 2024, which they called their Technology Code of Ethics, in which the company pledged not to use blockchain or cryptocurrencies along with AI and other pledges. Great. Okay. Indeed, Scott himself, Dave Scott is the head of the company, himself told Morris back in February that the company had decided not to use blockchain technology. For a full background on Evil Genius Games and recent events, you can, there's the rise and fall of Evil Genius Games that EM World put out there a little while ago. So, what are we doing here? At the end of 2023 and the start of 2024, numerous employees resigned, so I mentioned that, citing, amongst other things, ethical concerns with the technologies that the company was planning to use. There you go. Something which Dave Scott made public assurances that they would not do. They have problems with the potential technologies they're exploring. The CEO is like, hey, man, we're not doing anything blockchain, NFTs, or cryptocurrencies. I don't know what the problem is. So they made the decision not to do AI in October, according to Scott, and then not to do Web3 in December. But apparently it wasn't enough to allay any concerns. So after resignations, we brought the team together to discuss, and we felt a public and permanent statement on the issue would be useful. That's why we drafted the Code of Ethics after the fact. End quote by David Scott. In fact, back when I spoke to Scott February, one of the questions I asked him was why the staff who had recently resigned from EGG did not believe him when he repeated that the company did not intend to use those controversial technologies, and he indicated to me that he didn't know why that was the case. So, fast forward to the current day, and it appears that last week, as of this article, dated Tuesday, which would be what? What is date is Tuesday? 19th? 18th. A few days ago. Mr. Scott was at an event called Consensus 2024, which is a convention in Texas run by CoinDesk. CoinDesk is a cryptocurrency broker, I guess. Consensus describes itself as the world's largest, longest-running, and most influential gathering that brings together all sides of the cryptocurrency, blockchain, Web3 community. So he pitched a future, David Scott did, for their TTRPG offerings, which leaned heavily on both blockchains and on non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Scott introduced the company and told the attendees that, quote, we make turn-based RPGs on chain-based on famous blockbuster movie franchises that we all know and love. There's some other stuff in here. Interestingly enough, he stated that Jeff Grubb works for the company and describes him as the father of modern-day Dungeons and Dragons, which Grubb made it clear earlier this year that he had no current involvement with Evil Genius Games. What's going on over there? He did write the foreword for Everyday Heroes in 2023. So now it's kind of like, well, what's going on? So there's this whole article. I won't read the rest of it, but I don't know what this guy's doing. Morning, Kevin. Good to see you. Oh, hey, Sean, you were right. Apparently, Frog God is going to start doing DCC. I just found out about this week. And who's doing the conversions? Hey, congratulations, Laramie. Yeah, CJ, good to see you. Really disappointed with the Evil Genius Games choices overall since the Kickstarter. Putting the evil in Evil Genius. Yeah, it was right there in the name. Drop the second part of their name. Yeah, man, it just... gross, yeah. It was just very disappointing. If you read the comments on this article, so it's on Ian World, which is a forum-based site, so there's tons of comments on this, and there's some people that, grifter's gonna grift. It's just unfortunate that there's just all the, they left for this reason. Oh, no, we're not doing that. We put out a manifesto, and then he's at a cryptocurrency event. Like, dude, what are you doing? If you want to be faithful, if you want to be faithful to your significant other, you don't go to a swingers party. You just saying. Anyways, so I figured that would, something to know. Pendragon's out. It's been out for like a week and a half now, I think. Bell of Souls put out a decent article. I did purchase Pendragon 6e. I have the core book coming. Should probably hopefully arrive in the next couple days. Yay. I have never played. It's one of those, it was like Call of Cthulhu to me. Never played Pendragon. It's supposed to be one of the better campaign RPGs, designed RPGs by Greg Stafford, kind of at the pinnacle. I don't know how 6e is going to differ from some of the previous versions, but if you want to know more about Pendragon 6e and the Grey Knight campaign, by all means, it is of interest to me. I don't know if I'll ever get it to the table, much like other games that I have purchased. What are you going to do? Anybody a big Pendragon fan? Like anybody oh man, I ran Pendragon for every week for a year. Like anybody? I'm just curious. And what edition? Is anybody else getting 6e? Is anybody out there? I don't know if I don't think Brett ran. I don't know. Willow likes it. Yeah, 6e, Jeff. 6th edition. There's a lot of games out there that are more editions than actual D&D, believe it or not. I know he did mention it and play it. Jeff, I'm curious if you'd like Pendragon. You know much about it, Jeff? Pendragon has been on my curiosity list, but have never got it to the table. So for those of you that aren't in the know on Pendragon, it is like it's the penultimate campaign where you play like through different generations, right? Like, not is it different generations or just long? Like, what I'm trying to say is like D&D, you create a character. I don't know if any of us have aged a character. Like, I know I haven't. You could have a character use that character for 3 years, and in game only like a few months or a few years would lapse, and you'd never age them a year or two. Pendragon, you like 20 to 70 or whatever. Don't know when I would ever be able to run it, but Pendragon always sounds interesting. The old stuff, yes. Okay, so all right. Violence solves everything. D&D has had more than 6 editions if you actually count them and not just go by the numbers of the cover. Fair. That's true. That is true. But still, some people are very surprised that, like, what? I didn't know that. Like, hello, Cthulhu's on the 7th edition, right? Played last year at Gamehole with one of the editors running it. Huge fan. Huge fun. Sorry, don't want to misquote anybody here. Huge fun. Might be a good game for you to run, Sean. Maybe. Apparently not among these 25 people. Probably not. That's all right. So it'll be interesting. I'm interested to know how it rolls and what's it all about. Joe made me bring back a PC as an older dude to replace a character that died in one of our Pathfinder campaigns several years back. That's cool. Even in the Doc campaign that I had played. So some of you that know me, I played with Doc, and some of you probably met Doc at GameholeCon. He ran, like, you all make, I think it was like 4th level characters maybe. I don't think we started at first. We might have started at first and then we were just old. But he made us be like 40-year-old characters that were advisors to a duke, and the duke is gone and lost and dead, and we went into kind of like our own thing, and then we're called back to help the duke's grandson, right, that we served. So we have all this knowledge and information, and we've been around for some time, and we know the deal. Great. It was a great premise to his homebrew campaign, but we never played like, let's play these characters for like a campaign, and then when it's done, it's finished, and then pick it up and age them 20 years, and then start another story arc. If Pendragon 6 is at FLGS, I buy today. There you go. They should, you'd think. I don't know how prevalent it is in the distribution channels at this point, but Sean, I've had characters age. My campaign's PCs have birthdays. You are, Laramie, I would expect nothing less from you, buddy. Generations of noble family. Yes, there we go. Let's see. RPG print news from EN World, just to kind of see if I missed anything. So Pendragon, just mentioned that. Chaos Before the Mass, which is 5e NDCC by Gaming Honors. So that's an adventure. Check that out. The Mothership is finally out to the masses to purchase. Thanks, you're welcome. Just kidding. Mothership is now in print, and people can go and buy it. So there you go. Congratulations to Tuesday Night Games, which may be at your FLGS. Like, if you're FLGS on RPG Day, there's a couple hot items I think you'd want to put on the shelf. So there's all the Mothership Core set and Deluxe set. Horror at the Merc. It's a High Dive Games. It's for Mutant Crawl Classics. Then there is Cowboy Bebop, RPG Core Rulebook. It's always interesting to find out, like, some of these that are known, like Cowboy Bebop, and then how well they do in the RPG world. Even to Avatar's credit, like, Avatar, biggest Kickstarter in RPG history. I don't know anybody who's playing it, but that doesn't mean anything because I may not run in those circles. So it's just interesting. Interesting, this all. So all the RPG or Cowboy Bebop stuff, Dice, Core Rulebook, Deluxe Core Rulebook, obviously the GM screen. Orkborg by Rowan Rook and Descartes. It uses Merkborg as the system. It's a softcover supplement. The PCs are orcs who smash, burn, and kill their way to a front row seat at the apocalypse. All right, there you go. There you go. I don't know about characters, but my players are aging rapidly. Hey-oh! Boom, boom. Tad Lackman, everybody. Tad Lackman, everybody. Tad will be the high. He'll be at the center stage this evening if you want to get tickets. They're going fast. See you, Kev. Let's get into crowdfunding. Moving this ship along, shall we? Yen World. Whoops. I should probably do this, huh? Let's get into this. All right. Yen World, not affiliated. Go over there, click on all their ads, buy their products. Thanks Yen World for putting all this stuff together, and Rascal and Geek Native that help out. I take no credit in getting this all together at all. So crowdfunding news, some of these things we probably touched on earlier in the campaigns. Yen World features them in the later days of their campaigns. So some of these are going to be wrapping up very quickly after this stream. So DC-20, man, that thing is a beast is my understanding. We'll bop over there. Anybody know what DC-20 is up to? The Kickstarter? It was Kickstarter. Sorry. Crowdfunding campaign over on BackerKit? Are they on BackerKit? I think they're on Backer. Oh, they are on Kickstarter. Dungeon Coach, DC-20. I'll give you a hint. It's over $1 million. I think I said that last week. $1.6 million. So I'm going to just read this quick because I think, there's DC-20. I don't know if you guys looked into this, but redefines fantasy D20 TTRPGs with a revised action economy, focusing on making each turn as dynamic as possible, in a system that J.R. Zambrano at Bell of Lost Souls compared to Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition. Each character has 4 actions points, which can be used on your turn or another's to move, cast, and attack. Can you imagine, hey, I'm just going to give everybody in the party, just give it to this guy. Give him all your actions. It's a party of 4 people. 3 of them collect their 12 actions and give it to the other one, and that person has 16. 16 actions? What? Duplicated actions impose disadvantage. Oh, I got to do more than one thing, though, or they got to be all different. 16 different actions. Whoa. In combat and casting, attacks have base damage, which increases for... I'm sure I'm getting that wrong, by the way. In combat and casting, attacks have base damage, which increases for every 5 points you roll over your target's defense, which reduces the number of rolls and the time it takes to conduct a combat round. Faster combat, not a bad thing. The game has social mechanics and exploration options, as well as an open license for third-party creators that want to build their own DC-20 content. There you go. 1 week to go on that one. Next one, Hollows, TTRPG boss fights done right, from Rowan Rook and Descartes. BackerKit. An original system core rulebook. You can get the free RPG Day quick start, I believe. Sample of this game. CJ hinted at this one, Pathfinder for Savage Worlds. Isn't it nice for Paizo to have another publishing company putting out their own stuff? Putting out their stuff. I mean, whatever. Works for both those companies, I guess. I mean, what's the difference? Cobalt Press does it for WotC, right? Advanced Player's Guide 2, Bestiary 2 from Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Most popular pledge, 125 bones for the PDF and print versions of the books, cards, and more. Savage Worlds and Pathfinder. I like Paizo double dipping into my wallet. Yeah, indeed. CJ got it. 1.6. DC20 has a YouTube fan base. Sounds like it. Oh yeah, Riffs too. What's up, Christian? Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, that's 123,000 of a $5,000 goal. 2,476% funded. Funded in 2 seconds. Funding goal, $123,000 with a funding goal of $1. I was going to get in on this one. I haven't. Mazes. It's by 9th level games, which is Polymorph. But there is a West Marches component. Yeah. Low prep rules light RPG. It's on backer kit. This is, I'm sure, funded. I'm pretty sure. I've seen this get some press. Yeah. 40K of a 15K goal. 5 days left, I guess, to make up my mind. It looks like a pretty nice looking product, I will say. Beyond the City and Skull is a West Marches hex-crawling adventure path. 120-page softcover. Although I'm not a fan of the branching adventures. I don't know. I'm kind of, I got to stay away from that. But anyways, check that out if you're interested. Colonial Gothic from Rogue Games, core rulebook. This has been out, so this is a revamp. $8K of a 5K goal. Animort. Cover art by Vault Crawler Mort. Compatible with Merkborg. So it's a Merkborg rule set by Shake Some Spears Games. The project offers animated cartoon Merkborg violence based on the cartoons of your grandparents or great-grandparents' youth, which means your characters can't die but can take a lot of ridiculous damage. I'm kind of feeling what? What? Grandparents, great-grandparents? What? Who's putting this out? Like 15-year-olds? What? What the? I feel attacked. Oh my God. Think Looney Tunes. Grandparents, great-grandparents. Oh my God. Shambot says, I had the Mazes book in my hand last year at Free RPG Day and I put it back. Then when I came back for it, about 20 minutes later, it was gone. Oh. Actually, a wicked time to watch. Some late nights, buddy. It's funded, if you want to get in on that. And then, of course, I'm guessing this is last but not least, Advanced 5th Edition by Ian World. Void Runners Codex Sci-Fi box set. 110 quid. For a lot of stuff. There you go. There we go. That's it. That's all I got. What do I got going on? I haven't given anybody really a big update on what's going on. I'm doing West Marches. It's kind of a little lull. I don't know if just June. Now, granted, I haven't put out a ton of dates, so I just put out a couple. So today, running that in an hour for few folks. And then I have one session on the out there for availability on Wednesday. I should maybe I might switch it up. I may say, hey, if you can give me a week's notice, you pick a date. Hey, Sean, are you available Tuesday? I mean, that's how it's supposed to go, but I figure it might just be easier to put out my availability. Willow says you need to run more. Willow says a lot of things. But good to know. Wouldn't it be nice if I ran this every day? Is the Savage Pathfinder booster campaign still running? The booster campaign? The one we just went over? Whoops. I scroll right past it. This one? This one ends June 27th. So it's got like 5 days. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about, Christian. Hey, West Coasters want to have Sean do a later game? I could set a time aside for do a late game. I play Castles and Crusades tomorrow. It's the once a month game with my buddy Jeff, who may or may not still be in the chat. My buddy Joe, the rest of the gang. Yeah, that's what I got going on. I'm recording some audio shows on West Marches. We'll see how that goes. If I do a Best Marches RPG podcast, maybe. Toying around whether it should be its own thing or not. I don't know. Because the minute I do it, it'll be a limited series. I want to get guests on there. Otherwise, it's going to kind of fizzle. And I don't want that to happen. But if you know anybody that's done RPG, West Marches, products, campaigns, let me know. I'd like to talk to them. We'll wrap this sucker up. Thank you, everybody who joined today, even if it was for a brief period of time. I really appreciate it. Making time out of your day to bless me with your presence. And that's like all facetiousness aside. Seriously, thank you very much. And then I want to thank these folks for supporting me on Patreon. I very much appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. And then there are other individuals that are supporting me here on YouTube. Aaron, Brandon, and my buddy John as well. Thanks. Thank you so much. Yeah. Go have fun at RPG Day. Grab something. Let us know what your thoughts are. If you grab something new. Some I know go there like, hey, I'm a fan of Dragonbane. I want to get that free Dragonbane adventure. Totally get it. But if you get something new, check it out. Let me know. Join our Discord if you will be so kind. If you want to interact with some of us yahoos. Otherwise, be a positive force. Be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby. Spend some time gaming. Spend some time alone if you need to. And you know what? If things are tough and you need somebody to talk to, don't be afraid to reach out and bend somebody's ear. Sometimes that's all it takes to get through life. It's just a listening ear, if you will. So we'll catch you on the flippity flip. See you next week. I stream every Saturday, 8 a.m. here on this channel. The chat, along with the folks in the chat, I want to thank them to keep, the banter going back and forth with everybody. It's super awesome. So if you can catch it live, do so. Otherwise, if you're seeing this after the recording, thumbs up. Hey, did you guys do thumbs up, like or subscribe? I don't think we did that. Come on now. Don't forget. We'll talk to you later. See ya.